Now let's see the recesses of the ischiorectal fossa. As we already know, this ischiorectal fossa is a wedge-shaped area on the both the side of the anal canal, and here this is the limit of the imaginary line, and area in front of this is the urogenital triangle, and the whole area behind this imaginary line, this is the anal triangle. So here this is the image where we can appreciate the anterior and the posterior recesses. So here in this image, this is suppose the anal canal. This is on within the anal triangle, and this ischiorectal fossa on each side of this anal canal. It has one anterior extension which goes forward and reach up to the pubic arch, and this anterior recess which lies above the deep perineal pouch, which is actually the part of the urogenital diaphragm, and it lies between the pelvic diaphragm above and the urogenital diaphragm below. So here anteriorly the two anterior recesses of the ischiorectal fossas are there. When we see the posterior recess of the ischiorectal fossa, each fossa, it is going to communicate with each other behind the anal triangle, and this recess, it is the posterior recess of the ischiorectal fossa, and both these posterior recesses, they are going to communicate with each other, and that's why the any abscess within the posterior aspect of the ischiorectal fossa will lead to the horseshoe shaped abscess. Now let's see the facial disposition of the fossa, and when we see this image of the facial disposition within the coronal section, we can find this important fascia. This is the lunate fascia. This lunate fascia, it is the deepest fascia within the ischiorectal fossa, and laterally it is attached with the ischial tuberosity, and it covers the obturator fascia and the pudendal canal, and it is on the medial side, it is lying below this anal fascia, and medially it is going to blend with the anal fascia at the level of the Hilton's line. The summit of this lunate fascia, it is called as the tegmentum. Now let's see the Alcock's canal, or we can say pudendal canal. When we see the pudendal canal, we have to see the bony image. Here in this image, we can appreciate the pudendal canal. This pudendal canal is present within the lateral wall of the ischiorectal fossa around 2.5 centimeter above the ischial tuberosity, passes towards the urogenital diaphragm, and this canal having the internal pudendal vessels as well as the pudendal nerve within it, and this canal, it extends from this lesser sciatic foramen to the urogenital diaphragm anteriorly. When we see this pudendal canal in the coronal section, we can see that this pudendal canal, it is formed by the splitting of this obturator fascia, or it is formed by the separation of the obturator fascia and the lunate fascia. Sometimes it is also formed by the perianal fascia, and this perianal fascia is nothing but it is the part of the conjoint fibrous elastic sheath which is formed by the longitudinal muscle cord of the rectum and the levator ani. And when this pudendal canal is formed by this perianal fascia will reach up to that mark. Within this pudendal canal, we find the internal pudendal vessels as well as the pudendal nerve. And the pudendal nerve is going to bifurcate into two nerves within this pudendal canal. One is the dorsal nerve of penis or clitoris, and other one is the perineal nerve. And in between these two branches of the pudendal nerve, we find the internal pudendal artery wrapped by the vena comitans of the internal pudendal veins. So the structures present within this pudendal canal from above downward are the dorsal nerve of the penis, then internal pudendal vein, then internal pudendal artery, then again internal pudendal vein, and the perineal nerve. So this is all about the pudendal canal. Now let's see the subdivision of the istiorectal fossa. The part of the istiorectal fossa which is present above the summit of this lunate fascia, and this area it is called as the suprategmental space. And the suprategmental space it is filled with the loose fat. The second subdivision is present between the lunate fascia above and the perianal fascia below, and the space between these two it is traversed by the fibrous tissue, and this space it is called as the istiorectal space. And the third subdivision of this istiorectal fossa it is called as the perianal space, and this perianal space it is bounded above by the perianal fascia, and this perianal fascia it is formed by the conjoint fibroelastic sheath, and this sheath is going to be formed by the fusion of the longitudinal muscle sheath of the rectum with the levator ani, and below this space it is bounded by this perianal skin. So there are three subdivisions of the istiorectal fossa. The first one is the suprategmental space, which is above the lunate fascia. The second subdivision is the istiorectal space, which lies between the lunate fascia and the perianal fascia. And the area below the perianal fascia, it is called as the perianal space. Sometimes the abscess within this istiorectal space may directly open into the anal canal, and when this happens, this will lead to the fistula in ano. So this is all about the istiorectal fossa.